You know, people keep getting mad at me when I keep calling Critical Drinker a neo-Nazi racist, even when I present evidence of him being, wait for it, being a neo-Nazi racist, and especially being a Nazi racist. With Lord of the Rings, frankly, I wouldn't mind because, let's be honest, Drinker is going to be a Nazi on many things. How he is, he just likes pumping the Nazi racism in his videos. Lord of the Rings and its author are pretty vehemently anti-Nazi, so it just doesn't seem sustainable. But we're gonna try to see Drinker pull off the magic trick and reading of the text.
Eventually drops, but as for the character photos themselves, well, people began to notice things. Now, I'd like to make clear that diverse casting is no bad thing by itself, because let's be honest, a lot of groups and minorities have had kind of a shitty deal from Hollywood over the years.
It's a nice sound effect, but I'm not clear what we're getting. It's also really funny, following Drinker's assumptions, we see a beautiful white man with a big beard. I guess the woke communist feminists had to do a minority program, so they allowed one white man, but maybe he's gay. We don't know. Maybe they'll make him gay. So there you go. You got to be careful. Got to be careful. But then we get into his understanding of Tolkien, which is this be about the white man. And I don't see the white man, therefore something be wrong.
Epic set in a prehistoric northern Europe that was explicitly described by its creator as his own attempt to create a mythology for England. Because of that, it features characters and cultures largely derived from Anglo-Saxon myths and legends, which is a diplomatic way of saying that most of the characters in it are white.
Well, okay, so your understanding of Tolkien is race equals skin color. Sane Nazism contained in that thought process, but okay, fine, that is your reading. And that reading is automatically wrong. In fact, it has to be wrong because you keep showing these images from the Peter Jackson film, and we're putting aside, are the Peter Jackson films faithful to Tolkien? Apparently they just are. Okay, fine. Well, we see Sam. We clearly see Sam. He has light skin, but in the text he has brown skin. And not just once, repeatedly, Tolkien says Sam is brown-skinned. And it's not just Sam. He explicitly says many hobbits have brown skin. And don't you worry, Drinker addresses that issue in a very stupid Nazi fashion.
And dwarves are black now. Who cares if Galadriel is now a sword-swinging warrior princess, even though that totally conflicts with her known character history? Who cares if Harfoots are now a multi-ethnic society, despite coming from a confined geographical area? In fact, who cares if Sauron is now played by a woman, or the One Ring is now a bracelet with a USB charger attached to it, or the Rohirrim now ride into battle on the back of Harley Davidsons? Actually, that sounds fucking awesome. The point I'm
words race and ethnicity. If you're a genuine Tolkien expert, like myself, using these words in the context of the mythology is very problematic because, again, you can kind of talk about analogies and allegories despite Tolkien's own intention, because he does say that dwarves are Jewish. He is reaching into our history of ethnicity, but, I mean, you're saying the hobbits should not have dark skin. They live in a confined area. I have no idea what the hell you're babbling about. Like, what does that even mean? Confined area equals white people. Can people of different races and creeds be in a confined area? There's no logical connection. You could say The Lord of the Rings is a horrible, horrible book because it's not following your racist geography because, again, canonically, that is what Tolkien says. He says, we do see various shades of the hobbits in, quote, their confined area. Also, is that even true? Are they in a confined area? How do you know this? Can you give us something in the passages? And then he says, oh, what if Sauron was a woman? Well, it doesn't matter if he's a man or a woman. He's not a human being. And shapeshifting is one of his powers. It would be an issue if he is, quote, a woman, depending on the timeline, depending on where his powers are. By the time of Lord of the Rings, probably he shouldn't be able to shapeshift. But we don't know because we never directly see Sauron. And whether he even is a he, we don't even know that. Gollum reports that Sauron has some kind of bodily form, but Gollum could be lying. I'm going to have to say this reading of just Lord of the Rings is completely inaccurate. You're just not knowing even the very, very basic things about what is in the books. So I've got to say, you're not a Tolkien expert. So, these other claims and charges, well, since your reading of the text at a primary level is very, very weak, I'm going to demand a little bit of evidence, and is any provided? Absolutely not. This is just Drinker's weirdo, Nazi, moronic speculations about the white man, which he is free to do, but can he please keep the Nazism out of the Tolkien? Pretty please. That's all I'm asking. I know he's not going to do it, but, I'd like that request.